Okay, the issue is that I don't know if it's focused or not. I'm just gonna pray. Maybe I should ask my mom to come focus it. Welcome back to the group chat with Jess. Ding! I missed that ding. Honestly, it feels so good to be back. I've been just having my Brat Girl Summer. I actually don't understand what Brat Girl Summer exactly means. You guys, if this isn't focused, I'm actually going to be so upset. I really want my mom to come focus it for me, but that's okay. We are in my room that, if you have been listening to the group chat, you know I've been trying to put together for a minute now. It comes to, I thought that it would just come together, in one day. Like one day I'm gonna sit down, like order all these things. No, it takes a while because I went to Crate and Barrel 1,000 times. I went to West Elm 1,000 times. I went to Home Goods 1,000 times. So, obviously I don't have my season 2 co-host. So this is episode 1 of season 3. My nana she's a little busy. She's a busy girl. And you know what? She is doing so good. So she just, for now, doesn't have time for the group chat, which is all good because season 3 is going to be so good. It's not going to be like season 1. It's not going to be like season 2. It's going to be season 3. I'm wearing red because, had to come out for season 3. So today is going to be like a recap of my life because I have had literally the best summer, the best few months of my entire life. And I was actually telling one of my friends this um, a few days ago. She's like, you just look like, she said, like, I look like I'm glowing and I just look so happy. And I was telling her that a lot of that obviously has to do because I've been so lucky to have been able to travel this summer. It's obviously because of that, but also because I don't know what has gotten into me this last few months, but I am just so happy. I let go of things so easily, things that happened to me that I would have held a grudge like months ago or would have upset me so easily doesn't upset me anymore. I don't, and I'm kind of sitting like a man, This is kind of like, who are you? I'm the owner of this house. Who are you? I hope you guys know what I'm talking about. But anyways, like it's tough because it's like, where do I even begin with my summer? So I think the last time we talked, um, well, the last time we talked, it was Manana and I think we did a, no, it was with Grant. Oh my God, yeah, it was with Grant. And then I did it with Megan. And this is when, like, I had kind of realized, like, okay, we're going to have a new season. But the last time, it's funny because the last time Anana and I did an episode together was when I came back from LA and we were talking about my little haters at Commissary. I have to address something with Commissary. So, Commissary is my favorite coffee shop in LA. Every single time I go, this has been my favorite coffee shop for like 4 years now. I get it literally every single day, if not multiple times a day. And it's always so good. People tell me like, "How do you like I literally defend commissary like it's my own business. Like, baby, I own businesses. Also, can we talk about how cute this "You Are Loved" cup is? Made by Naira. Shop made by Naira, and it matches my shirt. It's literally like 9:30 a.m. I haven't had coffee. I haven't had breakfast. Honestly, I deserve something for doing this without coffee. Something about me is I can't function without coffee. But anyways, last time was the last time I was in LA. I came back from LA 3 days ago. What's today? Two. Okay. Came back 3 days ago. Let's start with I ended school in May. I went to LA that you guys know about. And then somewhere in the end of May or the beginning of June, I get a phone call from my friend. She goes, Jess, do you want to go to France next week? I'm like, what are you talking about? And to give you a little bit of backstory, This you guys have probably if you follow me on Instagram, you've seen you saw our trip, Alina and I. If I say Eka, it's Alina. That's her nickname. Um, we wanted to do a Europe trip. We like thought months ago, like, oh, where should we go? We like even sat down. We wanted to plan it out. And she really wanted Italy. I really wanted Spain. It kind of turned out that like neither of us really wanted to budge for the other country. And then I was like, I'm not really, I've always said I'm not somebody that loves to travel. And I don't know why I would say that because I actually never went anywhere. So it's the reason why I would say that is because I really love my daily life. I love my daily routine. I love to eat my eggs and my blueberries every morning. And like, I just am very much a routine person. So when I go on vacation, it breaks my routine. I don't feel good, this, and that. However, you could take me on vacation forever since I've come back from vacation. That's how I feel. Um, I she calls me. She's like, "Do you want to go to France next week?" I'm like, "What are you talking about?" And I was going through like this little bit of a weird time where I just felt like I think I was having like seasonal depression for a few weeks. I just was like in this weird state and I was like, I don't want to be here anymore. I don't want to be here anymore. I don't want to do the same thing I do every single day. I don't want a routine. I literally want to just have some fun, see something new. So it was really perfect that she called me. And the reason why she said next week is because the other girl we were going to go with, she is in nursing school. They only get like 1 week off, and that was going to be next week. And I'm like, yeah. And then she wasn't able to come. So we're like, okay, let's do 4th of July weekend because apparently it gets crazy 4th of July weekend. It wasn't crazy that weekend. Basically, we went for 2 weeks. This was our original plan: Saint Tropez, Cannes, Monaco, Nice, and then home. Um, we loved Saint Tropez so much. And like, I've always known this about myself, but I think like more now, I love a beach vacation. I'm not a type of vacationer that loves to like, or maybe I am. You see, like, before I said I don't like to travel, I traveled. Now I love to travel. I don't think I'm the type that loves to like I don't see myself loving Rome or Venice and like places like that where there's no beach. I'm not the biggest like sightseer. Maybe it's for my age, but like I just I'm more of like a let's look around, let's sightsee a little and then go to the beach and then go party. You know what I mean? So Saint Tropez, from what we gathered, I didn't know this before going, but it's a vacation spot. Like everyone everyone that is vacationing there, sorry, let me rephrase. Everybody there is vacationing. Nobody actually lives there. From Switzerland, Sweden, Netherlands, everywhere, even France. Like there were so many Parisians there because nobody wanted to be there for the Olympics, which is understandable because there's like it's already from what I gathered from what they were saying, like it's already so overpopulated. Anyways, I'm talking way too much about this. Um yeah. So and everyone's telling us like there's not much to see in Nice. Like, I don't know if you guys are gonna love Nice, and because we were already obsessed with Saint Tropez, and you will find out why we were so obsessed. Um, normally I don't tell like go into detail about like personal stories, but I'm gonna start because one, he's never gonna hear it, and two, yeah, he's never gonna hear it, and yeah, okay. And actually, I don't care. I don't care if he hears it. So, yeah, we cancel Nice, we go back to Saint Tropez, and then after Saint Tropez, we go home. Let's start with France. Okay, we get there. Um, first night, first day. We got there during the day. We literally slept the whole day. Didn't go out that night. Next day, we did we go to the beach club next day? No, we just went to the beach. And then at night, we went to this restaurant called Pablo. Pablo was our favorite restaurant. We went like I think like 5 times. I'm not even joking. Sorry guys. Sorry. Don't know what my computer wanted from me. Anyways, we went to Pablo literally like every like a few times. It was so much fun. We weren't Here's the thing. My friend and I that we went with were not like the type to just like go up to people and like, which there is literally nothing wrong with that. We kept saying like, I wish I was like that. Like I wish we could like get a little bit out of our shell. It's not that we're shy, it's just like, okay, like, like we're gonna be with each other and like that's pretty much it. We're never gonna go up to guys and be like, oh, like, and like like start a conversation. I don't know if it's right or wrong. We're just not like that. So, something I will say about Saint Tropez, I will never go back without a group. And my friend says the same thing. It's really hard to have a really good time without a group because when you go to beach clubs, when you go to clubs, like you want a group because like it's not like Vegas or even LA where like you'll have a conversation with a guy and then like I don't know how to describe it. Anyways, you need a group. We didn't have a group. So we literally didn't like really drink like that once. Um, my friend wasn't really in the mood to drink the whole trip. So if she's not drinking, like I'm not gonna sit there and drink. So, yeah. Anyways, second night, we go to Pablo. We meet like these really cute guys. We're sitting in like they have this little patio outside. We're sitting in the patio. Like these boys come sit next to us, but they're having their own conversation. We're having our own conversation. Then there's a lot of headspace. I'm gonna have to like crop this or something. Sorry guys, it's my first time doing this by myself. Um, we Oh, and then they like start a conversation with us, whatever. They're like, let's go to La Cave, which is like their excess. I don't know if you guys are familiar with excess. It's the biggest club in Vegas, like the most popular. It is, I think, their only club. But they're like, let's go to La Cave, whatever. We go. We're not having like the most incredible list of times. Especially because we weren't drinking and like they were drinking. So, anyways, we leave the club. My friend goes, I saw, like, she didn't say this. I can't say exactly what she said because then that, like, gets into so many different things. But essentially, she said there was a really cute group of guys. Ooh, my tooth hurts. Sorry, guys, my tooth is hurting. Um, she says there was a really cute group of guys sitting inside, like they had a table, and she like kind of there was like this vibe between her and one of them. We leave the club and she's telling me this. We like Irish goodbye to those guys. We're at like literally the top of the stairs of this club and they're at the bottom. And I'm like dying to see who she's talking about. I want to know like who she is talking about. She goes, "Oh my God, they're down there. They're getting into the car." We literally bolt down these stairs. I wish I had coffee before I was telling the story because I tell this story very enthusiastically. We bolt down these stairs and all of them are in the car. She only told me about one of the guys. She's like, "Oh, this one guy was so cute." And I like wanted to obviously see what she's talking about. Like I wanted to see. She her and I bolt down these stairs. We see all of the guys in the car except for one of them. And I'm like, oh my God, she compared him to somebody that we know. And I'm like, wow, he looks just like him. Like, he looks just like him. He's so handsome. Like, yeah, he's cute. Like, good for you. She's like, no, that's not who I'm talking about. Like, he's already in the car. And I was like, okay, yeah, then like, I like this one. Was this one. This guy was so cute, you guys. Like, not even so cute, but he just had this vibe that's just like group leader vibes. You know what I think I learned about myself is I love a group leader. because I've always been, not always, but like I'm usually the group leader in my friend groups. Like I love to make plans. I love to like this and that, like organize and put things together. And I think I would get along best with the group leader, and that's what he seemed like. Anyways, they get in the car, we kind of forget about it. Next day we go to a beach club. We're there for a minute and we're like kind of getting bored again because we don't have a group. We are sitting at the bar. I'm talking to this other random guy's like chewing my ear off. My attention is there. I like look over for 1 second and my friend is talking to the guy she was talking about. She's talking to him. Anyways, I stopped talking to this guy. Like, he introduces himself to me. I need to come up with names. Um, Wait, I need to come up with names. Like, Brad is gonna be my guy. No, we already have a Brad in as a code name here. I actually got in trouble for using a code name. So I'm actually not gonna tell that story in case he listens to it. Basically, I used a code name for somebody while telling a story, and then yesterday they were like, "Am I blank?" And yeah, you are. But okay, wait. Mine is Chris. My friend's guy is. You guys, why can't I think of a guy's name? Nick. Nick and Chris. Chris is mine. Nick is my friend's. Nick is like, oh, hi, I'm Nick. Like, nice to meet you. Like, we saw you guys. Where he told her, like, I saw you at the club last night. Like, why don't you guys join us tonight? We're going out, whatever. We're like, okay. 10:30, he texts her, like, oh, we're gonna come. Oh, we're there, like come. We show up at 12:30. Like we're on Vegas and like America time where you don't go out until like midnight. I guess their clubs literally close at like 1. Anyways, we get there at like 12:30. We see them. We talk for such a short amount of time. Um Nick introduces me to one of his friends and like I he was the funny one. The one that he introduced me to was the funny one. I'm so sorry if you guys are like losing track of what I'm saying. I once again haven't had coffee and it's really tough for me to tell a story without coffee. So, he's like, so let's name him Bert. Bert is talking to me and he's like, oh, whatever, having a conversation with me. The tables are literally like so tiny at these clubs that across from me is Chris. And I see this like girl, she's literally blacked out all over him, like literally falling on him. And I knew, like, I could tell from his face he was like getting annoyed by it. But when I saw that, I was like, okay, yeah, I like in my mind I dropped it because I'm like, yeah, there's like this girl all over him. Like, we're not gonna do all that. So I'm talking to Bert. Anyways, this girl sees that Bert and I are talking. She decides to come over. In the nastiest way. She like literally like scuffed her butt on Elena and I, and then like came over to Bert. They started making out. It was literally like straight out of a movie scene, you guys. I'm like, you know what? Fabulous. Now I don't have to entertain Bert. Not even entertain, like, you know what I mean? Like, so now she's not with Thomas. This is all fabulous. We leave the club, or like literally, I think the lights turn on after like 10 minutes of us being there. Um, Anyways, these guys are like, oh, we're gonna go back to the house. We're gonna like continue drinking and like just hang out and have a good time. Like, and they were so sweet. Like you could just tell. I can read people really well and I have like a really good judge of character. So I know when someone is sketch and I know when like I like we should be careful. They were not weird at all and they kept saying like only if you want to, only if you want to, like only if you feel comfortable to, this and that. So um they're like, oh, come. We decide to go. We go. To this point, like Thomas and I have only had like very brief conversations. Not even a conversation like, oh, where are you from? Literally on the way to the car. We're sitting, we're talking, and I can't tell if he likes me or not, or like if he's into me, or like I can't even tell if like I'm into him. Like it's kind of like a weird vibe. Not weird. It's just like I can't tell. My sister's dogs are sitting right outside of my door. So this is what started things. So or he goes, "Oh, I'm hungry. Like, who wants toasties?" I am an avid Love Island watcher. So I'm like, "Oh my God, I've only heard of toasties on Love Island. Like, literally, what is that?" He starts laughing. He's like making fun of me for watching Love Island. We're like, whatever. My friend goes, "Oh, why don't you show her how to make it?" Anyways, we make toasties together. And then like that's when I knew like, okay, yeah, he likes me too. Like we're definitely like into each other. So then we leave and we're literally texting for 2 hours after we left the house. I slept at like 6 a.m. Anyways, we're just like getting to know each other. I don't know why we're texting about it, but anyways, they invited us to like have like their boat day and then their go to the beach club with them after that the next day. We end up only going to the party part. We didn't even join for like lunch because you have lunch and then you eat. We didn't even join for the lunch. We just went to party. We get there, everyone's already drunk again. Like you need to like I don't know how to describe it without like saying too much. Basically, we weren't really drinking that much. We weren't really actually drinking at all, and it's really tough to be with people that have already been drinking and then you're not. But anyways, we still had a really really good time. Bagatelle was my favorite beach club there. We leave. Okay, so I was the story behind my Renee Calvia heels that I absolutely ruined. Those were the one and only time I got to wear them. Um, for some reason, Alina and I decided to go in heels. Nobody else was in dresses and heels. Everyone was literally like barefoot bikinis, this, and that. We decided to go in a dress and heels. The they're like thick wood panels, and my heel keeps getting stuck in between each panel. I'm getting annoyed. He can tell that I'm getting annoyed. He literally takes off his shoes, and he's like, and I didn't say anything about the shoes. Like he could just tell that I was getting annoyed. He takes off his shoes. He's like, "Take your shoes off. Like, put mine on." I'm like, "Okay, what are you gonna wear?" Like, he's like, "It's fine. I'll be barefoot." I didn't take the shoes. We leave. We take their boat back to the house. We're literally playing like house. Um, the boys start like barbecuing. The girls like Alina and I and this one other girl, we were setting up the table. Whatever. It was really cute. Um, I don't know like how much further I want to tell of the story. Anyways, and then we're just hanging out. We leave, and then we're texting, and then maybe maybe I'll tell a part two next week. I'm gonna like think about it and then see if I want to tell the part two. But anyways, that was mine and Chris's love story. I really downplayed it because he was super cute and like I wish I could show you guys what he looked like. He was very attentive, made sure he would just like say very cute little things. Anyways, that was mine and Chris's love story. Then the rest of our trip was incredible. I'm obsessed with Europe now. I'm saying I'm going to move there and that is facts. I will move there. Because I just think I'm a Europe girly. You know, like the vibes I'm obsessed with. I used to be somebody that said like I'm not really into like blonde hair, light features. This guy was blonde hair, blue eyes. Anyone that personally knows me will tell you this is the craziest thing that they'll ever hear because I just do not like blondes. I'm very much a tall, dark, and handsome, like dark features um kind of girl. My type has completely switched. Now I like blondes, but it's not the blondes here. Like I just don't see myself finding anybody here because Europeans have this certain vibe that I am obsessed with. So, that's my struggle now. Now if I want to get married, I have to move to Europe and I do want to get married, so that means I have to move to Europe. I'm literally going to marry like the Prince of Greece. Have you guys seen the Prince of Greece? He's in like unreal. He's so beautiful. Um, okay. So that is my new type. We leave France. Um, you guys, I'm so sorry. I'm losing my train of thought. It's a little difficult when there's not somebody else here to like bounce off of. Okay. We leave France that night. So we landed at 12. At 12 p.m. we landed. At 8 p.m. I have a flight to Mexico. So I had 12 to 8. We got there at 6. I had 6 hours to get my nails done. I had a nail appointment, do all my laundry, repack, and just like get my life together a little bit. Of course, my luggage gets lost. Yeah, I didn't have anything. I had no bikinis, no dresses, no makeup, literally nothing, because I always pack extras in my carry-on. Like I'll pack an extra outfit, everything in my carry-on so that it's with me in case this happens. They decided to take our carry-ons too. They said it was too big. I literally take my carry-on everywhere. It's never been too big. But anyways, they took everything. I have nothing. Literally, I started sobbing because I have a trip and I have nothing to take with me. I literally have no makeup, no bikinis. Thank God it's Cancun and like you don't really wear makeup. Outfits don't really matter that much. I went to Target, got a few bikinis, went to Sephora, got some makeup. I had some dresses at home. Basically, got it together. It was so nice. I It was like a great way to end like a trip because even though I had been on the beach actually, it was just really nice to be with my aunt and my cousin, and my sister surprised us. My sister wasn't supposed to come. She came and she surprised us to be with my mom, and like it just was a really nice trip to have. We get back from Mexico. I get my life together a little bit. And then I book a flight to LA. So my best friend Gaia, one day she'll be on here. I book a flight to LA because she went back to school a few days ago. The day I left is the day she went back to school. Um and I was like, I have to see her. You guys, we talk 24 hours a day. So when we saw each other, it wasn't like oh let's catch up, or oh like this feels weird, like oh how crazy we're finally together. It literally feels like we're together all the time because we talk on the phone all day. Anything that happens to me, I text her. So I booked it. That trip was for her to see her. So my sister and I went to Neo on Friday. If Neo is in your city having a concert, you need to go. There is like absolutely no question about that. I wanted to change my flight to Sunday so that I could go to the Saturday concert too, but I was going to see my best friend and that's what I was more excited for. I literally said that Neo would be like, my sisters and I had talked about who would we bring to our wedding as a celebrity singer, with like obviously unlimited money. Obviously Justin Bieber, but that's a given because I'm going to marry Justin Bieber. So he's already going to sing for me. Neo was my answer because I love him so much. So I went through like this really weird time in January. If you listened to the group chat at the time, I would literally just cry all day long. I just was going through a really tough time. And So Sick by Neo just like struck my heart every single time I listened to it. So now even when I listen to it, it's like a little tough for me to like hear it because it just kind of brings back like those times almost. But I love him. His concert was one of the best concerts I've ever been to. The best concert I've ever been to obviously would have to be Justin Bieber. It was the Believe concert my sister took me to. Number two, that might be number two. No, Maluma was number two. This is number three. Drake was number four, and then the list goes on and on. It was so good. So the next day, I decided to go out that night. I came home around like 1 or 1:30. It wasn't anything crazy, but I had a flight. I had to leave for the airport at 9 a.m. I slept at 1:30. Nothing is packed. I haven't showered. I haven't nothing. So I woke up at like 7:30, packed, got it together, went to the airport, got there. literally had the best week, especially the first 4 days because, sorry, especially when I'm with my best friend, we have literally the best time together. Like, I just feel like it feels different. I feel like I'm literally home. And I always say, I hope I find the male version of Galia because we are literally soulmates. We just understand each other so well. But Saturday, we went to dinner and then we went out. I have an insane story to tell you guys. So, something I have learned or something that I've been working on this summer is being more like open minded and being more not so like I don't know what the word is, but I'm trying to be more open minded and just like take things easier. Like, just take it easy, you know? Like, it's not that deep. Just because you talk to somebody doesn't mean you're going to marry them. Anyways, so that has been one of my goals this summer. It's just to like talk to people. My sister always tells me just go on dates, like see what you like, see what you don't like. And that is something newer that I'm doing. So, this is really funny because I never have like new things to like I never have like new romance stories because unless I think you're actually the most beautiful person in the world, it's really hard for me to be like, okay. You know what I mean? I'm just a little bit shallow. I don't know if shallow is the right word. I don't know, whatever. I do care. But I've like dropped that a little bit and I'm more open-minded, like whatever, it's not that deep. We go out. This has literally never happened to me in my life, and I don't know if it'll ever happen again. We're at this place. I'm not going to say where because I don't know if for one specific reason. We're at this place. We're standing around. Okay, I gave my number to three guys that night. I gave my number to three different guys. What you're not going to believe when I tell you is that they all know each other. They were not at the same table. They were not talking to each other. I didn't even see them like literally look at each other. Although like I wasn't paying attention to them anyway, but I know that they did not come together. They were not at the same table. First one comes up to me, whatever. The first one was my favorite. What's his name? We're gonna call him Drake. Drake comes up to me. He's my favorite. Um, Tall, dark, and handsome. Then the next one is like, oh, why don't you? Okay. The next one I met when the next one I met when we were about to leave. We're like, okay, let's leave in like 10 minutes. He's like, oh, why don't you come take a shot at the table? Like, da da da. We're like, okay. Or I was like, okay. And then we go and he's pouring a shot and I'm like, it's actually really like it's actually so rude to take a shot at a table and then be like, okay, bye. Like it's almost like, oh, I just came here for the shot. One, I literally could care less for the shot. I don't even want it. And two, like that's just rude to do. So I was like, like I'm not gonna take like no, thank you so much, but like we're actually about to leave. He's like, oh, like let me take you out this week, like da 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 da, whatever. I'm like, okay, whatever. Gave him my number. I literally turn around and this other guy, he was the funniest one. Let's name him Elijah. So Elijah is the funniest one. He's like, can I touch your hair? My hair was slicked back. He's like, why can't I get my hair to be like that? Whatever. He's funny. Like that one was just like whatever. Anyways, so we leave. Elijah calls me immediately. He's FaceTiming me. I missed it. My friend is like, call him back. That'll literally be so funny. If I was alone, I would have never called back. But because she's with me, I'm like, okay, let me call back. This will be funny. He is like, he's drunk. He's just being funny. He's like, please, like, come to Manhattan, like, come to this beach, like, come to our beach house. Da, da, da. Obviously, we're not gonna go to this random guy's beach house for the first time in my life, I have never heard like a grown man beg. This man was like, please, but why? But why? Please. I'm like, I literally had like no words. But anyways, he was funny. We're like, no, anyways. Take a shot every time I say anyways. Next day, oh, we get home. What did I name the first one? Drake. Drake calls me. He's like, oh, like I wanted to make sure you got home safely. Like, he goes, he pulled one of these. I don't say this to every girl. Bruh. Like, if you gotta say that, like, you say it to every girl. He's like, I have to get it off my chest. Like, you're so beautiful. Da 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 da. Like, I really, like, am obsessed with your energy. Like, this, and that. He's like, oh, this is what he said that threw me off. He goes, I know you gave your number to a few guys tonight, but on Tuesday you're gonna have to decide. And like, I was like taken aback by that because I'm like, why would you say that? Why would you say, oh, I know you gave your number to a few guys tonight? That's just kind of a weird thing to say. But later I understood why he said it. What's the third one's name? Sebastian. Sebastian is the one that I was gonna go take a shot at his table. Sebastian texts me. He's like, "Oh, I want to take you out this week. Like, let's go to Nobu. Like, we'll have a great night. Like, da 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 da." I'm like, "Okay, I'll let you know." Next day, Elijah's calling me. What are you doing? Come to Malibu. What are you doing? Come here. Come there. We talked a few times on the phone. But it's more of just like we're FaceTiming and like my friends are with me and we're just like having like a funny conversation. I have only talked to Elijah the next day on Sunday. I've only talked to Elijah so far. Elijah's the one that was like, "Can I touch your head?" Like, okay, go ahead. Um, I get a call. I didn't save any of their numbers because there's just really no point in saving their numbers like yet. I get a call. We're at Javier's. So we spent Sunday in Newport. We went to Pelican Hill, had lunch, and then we went to Javier's and got drinks. And then like we're waiting for a table. I get a call. You guys, this part like literally makes my heart hurt or like my skin literally itch. I answer the phone. I go, "Yes, Elijah." It wasn't Elijah. It was not Elijah. He goes, "Yeah, it's not Elijah." And he's like, and I know who you're talking about. He's like, "Did you meet him at blank wherever we went?" I'm like, yeah, I did. And I'm just laughing. I'm like, "I'm so sorry." It was, what did I name him? It was Drake. I answered the phone when Drake was calling me and I said, "Yes, Elijah." I was mortified, but like whatever, I laughed it off. He's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "We're at Javier's." He was gonna come. He thought we were at the Newport at the Javier's in Century City, but we were in Newport. So he was like, "Oh, when you're like back in the city, like let me know. We can get a drink or something." And it was too late. I wasn't gonna hang out with him at like 11. So we next he's like, "Oh, okay, then we'll go out tomorrow." Next day, something about me is if you want to make a plan with me as a guy, you're you're not going to call me at 6 p.m. and be like, "Okay, we're going to go here," or, "Oh, are you still free?" or, "Oh, this and that." No, you're going to have to let me know the day before or the morning of. I think that's just like common knowledge, common courtesy, common like normal. Next day, hasn't called me, hasn't texted me. I'm like, okay, Golly and I are gonna go to dinner. If you don't do that, if you don't call or text me and let me know what we're doing, we do not have plans. So I'm going to make other plans. Anyways, Golly and I make dinner plans. I'm like, hey, just so you know, like, um, Golly and I are gonna go to dinner. If you want, we can meet up after. Like, you can bring one of your friends. Like, the four of us will hang out. Anyways, we hang out after. He doesn't bring one of his friends. The three of us hang out. He is, you guys, literally one of the funniest people I have met, I think. Like, he just will say things that I'm like, wow, Golly and I would joke like that. It was a lot of fun. We had a great time. We laughed. And he said this one thing that actually took me out. I was telling my friend Mia the other day, I'm like, in the moment when he said that, I'm like, okay, that's kind of a weird thing to say. And then I thought about it and I'm like, that is so facts. He said, and like, I'm all about questions. Like, I ask so many questions. I said, "What's your biggest ick?" And basically he was saying Like, I can't remember exactly what he said, but the conversation led to this. He said, I would never date a girl that dated a guy that I wouldn't date if I was a girl. And at first I was like, oh, that's kind of weird. Like, what do you mean? That is facts. I would never date a guy that dated a girl that I would never date if I was a guy. Does that make sense? I would never date a guy that dated a girl I would never date if I was a guy. And that is facts. That's literally like I'm gonna caption my next photo that because that is so true. He said a lot of funny things that day. I wish I could remember. He played his song for us that he wrote for his ex. Oh my god. Oh my god, you guys. So something you should know about Galia is that she is the funniest person in the entire world. Like she is just the funniest person without trying. Um he played his song. He, for some reason, kept talking about his ex girlfriend. I think they broke up literally like 5 years ago. He kept talking about his ex girlfriend. And I didn't realize how much he talked about her until after when my friend was like, wait, he talked about her a lot. I'm like, oh yeah, he actually did. He played the song that he wrote for her, kind of like shitting on her. And then it was actually pretty good. Like we liked it. Um, then he plays another song and he goes, "Oh, she heard the song. She was upset by it. So I wrote an apology song." So he plays his apology song for this girl. I must say, like I tuned out during the part 2. Like I'm sitting here and he's playing like his apology song for his girlfriend. Anyways, after when we were like discussing how much he was talking about his ex-girlfriend, my Galia goes, "Damn, I miss her too. Like I want to follow up with her and see what she's up to." When she said, "Damn, I miss her too," I was actually crying because like damn, like I miss her too. He talked about her so much. But it was a lot of fun. I was only supposed to be there from Saturday to Tuesday. I ended up extending it until the following Saturday because it was my brother-in-law's brother's birthday, and obviously I'm not gonna miss. I call him my brother-in-law. He's not technically my brother-in-law. He's my brother-in-law's brother, but he is my brother. It was his birthday. Obviously, I was never gonna miss it, so I stayed. I went shopping, literally did everything. I saw my favorite people. I was on a guest of a podcast. She hasn't decided on a name yet, so I would say the name, but she hasn't decided on it yet. When it's out, make sure you guys listen to it. It was you guys. So yesterday I posted what do you want to specifically know about my life, like as a recap, and I said not a Q&A, and I already knew this would happen, but it ended up turning into a Q&A. Anyways, let me see if any of these questions are like updates and not a Q&A because I don't want to sit here and do a Q&A this week. Um why my Nana and I aren't doing it together, I already said because she's just too busy and like she has the house and she's got a lot going on. She's a busy girly. Okay. It's all about weight loss. I that's like not relevant to my life right now, so I'm not gonna talk about that now. But I will do a Q&A at some point, and I will talk about the weight loss. Even though I feel like I always say the same thing over and over again. Um. Okay. Love life tips. This has been the most. I like really didn't go into detail because I don't want to say too much. Um. Even though I might continue both of those stories next week. And just like little like situationships here and there. My biggest thing that I've learned recently is to just let go of the idea of like, oh my god, like he's not this, he's not that, he's not this, he's not that, because it really doesn't matter. You actually don't have to marry this guy. Just like you're just having a conversation, like it just becomes more fun, and it just from it being more fun, your life becomes like more like interesting. You know what I mean? Like you have that little interesting thing. So love life tips. I get that my sister always tells me this, like go on dates, talk to people. Like just loosen up. That's what it was. Loosen up. Like, don't be so uptight, which is, I feel like, what I've been for so long. Like, I'm just like too serious about it. And it's actually not serious at all. It's not that deep. Oh, you guys, speaking of, how could I have forgotten? Speaking of Naira, she's another one of my very close friends that I got to see a lot this trip. I Her and I will text each other anything that happens in our day. Like, she's another person that really understands me well. We were together. Yeah, I'm not going to say too much. Anyways, we went out together too. We had a great time. We went to Bell's Beach, which is part of the Wish You Were Here group, which is, if you live in Vegas, that's part of Cassie Beach House. If you live in LA, that's part of Elefante or and Scottsdale. There's a Elefante in Scottsdale too. But yeah, this week, what I have going on right now, I'm gonna go shoot some content for this um for this place, for this, I guess I can say it, for this tanning salon that I'm gonna be doing their content now. And then tomorrow is my friend Mia's birthday, but I'm gonna be with my friend Kyle, who's gonna be on here very soon. Um, it's both of their birthdays tomorrow, so today I'm gonna celebrate Mia's birthday with her, and then tomorrow will be Kyle. What are we gonna do today? I know we're gonna go to dinner, and then I think we're just gonna come back and have like snacks and watch a movie, and have like dessert and stuff. Not snacks, like dessert and stuff. And then tomorrow's Kyle's birthday. Thursday and Friday I have workouts and just like, getting things together. But yeah, that is what my life has been. If I hope I didn't miss anything. And I'm sorry that this was a little bit long-winded and that I didn't do the best job of explaining my stories and that I wasn't the most enthusiastic. It's because it's literally 10:40 a.m. and I haven't had coffee yet. So, I'm going to go get coffee. I'm going to go shoot some content and just continue living my brat girl summer like a demure girly that I am. My sisters get so mad when I say demure. But anyways, have a beautiful and blessed weekend. I love you all so much. Bye.